Hey, it's me again. Welcome back. We are talking about planning season, which is a great thing to think about at basically at any time of year, but certainly at the beginning of a year, it's a really great thing to think about. What am I going to do? What am I going to do with my creative life? What am I going to do with myself? What am I going to do with my time? We're going to talk about a number of those things as we already have in the first video about planning season. Today, the subject is planning season, your writing. So it's all about the writing that you want to do. Now, I've been coaching all sorts of writers and creatives since 2008, which is frankly quite a bit of time. I'm really grateful for all of the people who I've helped over the years. But I've seen a lot of writers come through, and I certainly can be one of those folks who have a million ideas. Look, it's no secret that we live in a world where there's a ton of stuff. Netflix has a ton of stuff, CBS has a ton of stuff, Paramount Plus and Apple TV Plus and HBO Max, you name it. There are a number of different outlets out there. And it's important to recognize that not all of those things that are on Netflix were made by a single person in a single day or a single week or a single month or even a single year, that everything takes time. So, quite often when I'm helping out writers, sometimes they come to me with, I don't know, 5 or 6 ideas about ways they'd like to spend their time, things they'd like to do. Some people say, oh, I want to write a novel. Some people, I want to write a pilot. Some people are, I want to pitch a show. Some people say, well, I've got a short story and a play and a pilot. And the truth is, you can only do one of those things at a time. Now, I'm not saying anything that you don't know, but it certainly is something that writers forget. And I have to raise my hand as one of those writers who forgets how to do the simple things, to really break it down, to really keep it bite size. And that's what I want to talk about today. Part of the opportunity in planning your year, planning what's going on with you creatively, is to really specify. So I've had a really wonderful experience in the last couple of weeks, as a matter of fact, where I'm working really specifically on a particular project. And not only am I working on that project, but I've decided that that is the number one thing that is in the driver's seat of all other creative stuff. Now, there are at least one other thing that might come in second place, but what I've committed to is that every day, every one of my work days, I'm showing up in a particular way on that particular project. And so I'm really having tunnel vision, which I want to say, and I know for many writers, probably you as well, is a little less glamorous than the notion of feeling like we can do everything at once when really we can't. So the impulse here, the desire, the suggestion is to put this one thing in the driver's seat and to really focus on it on a regular basis. Regular is whatever it means to you. I'm not a big, proponent of making you do something that works for me or that works for this writer or that writer. You do you. But regular for you is regular for you, whether that's 3 days a week, 1 day a week, 2 days a week, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, whatever it is. Put this one project, whatever it is, whatever you decide. Maybe it's the poetry piece, maybe it's the screenplay, maybe it's the pilot, maybe it's the pitching, maybe it's the novel, maybe it's whatever it is. Put it in the driver's seat and give yourself regular time on that piece. Try it. Actually, sometimes I feel like there are a lot of creatives out there, and I've been one of them, who's afraid to really nail it down, wants to feel the impulse. And I encourage you to feel the impulse within a regular meter. So feel the impulse and explore the impulse in one particular project. Try it for a week and see how it works for you. Put it on your calendar, see how it works for you, and show up in that space working on that one project, whatever it is. Might be the outline, might be the research, might be the scenes, might be the pages, might be the characters. Doesn't matter, as long as you give yourself that tunnel vision and say, this project, this one project is the one that I'm going to trust. I'm going to trust myself to give myself this time to focus on this particular piece. And I think that will really benefit you. So try it for a week and see what happens. And give yourself that time to dedicate to that one project. see how it feels, and drop some thoughts below if that scares you, if you're excited by that, if you're doing that already, feel like you'd like to do it a little bit better. But I think it's a great reminder for all of us to get a little bit more disciplined in terms of the tunnel vision of one project at a time that we can do, focus on, and make the number one driver's seat creative project that we are working on. That's what planning season for writing is all about, is to take our multiplicity of talents, channel it into one direction for at least a period of time until perhaps until you move through the whole thing. But you do you decide. And for this week, I'm going to invite you to definitely step into that space of that tunnel vision, that focus on one particular project. Thanks for watching. Go check out yourcreativelife.com, where you can find out everything soup to nuts about what I do as a coach and what I can do for you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.